I feel like we have a lot to talk about. But I thought,
Yeah,
first and foremost, I'd want to listen to you and your concerns and everything and just listen to you and, yeah, be there
I,
for you because I,
I'm
I
still
wasn't
waiting.
yesterday.
I'm still waiting to hear back from people. I spoke to Jay, Saint, Denzel, and Tommy today, Cruiser,
Mm.
and then they went to speak to Qatar.
Okay. I haven't spoken to any of them today. But from what you spoke about yesterday, you said in your text you're banned from the block, right? Um, I personally don't think that's the case from what my understandings yesterday. The chat we had after the whole situation. I think it was more of like a Dean making a rash decision that that he wasn't meant to take because he has higher ups that he needs to listen to and not make decisions for them. And but that doesn't change things though, right? Because yeah, you probably feel like shit still, right?
I
About
bet,
the
yeah.
whole situation. Yeah. I just wanted to, vocalize how sorry I am for being such a shit fucking friend yesterday and just being so fucking passive like a fucking statue yesterday. I realized that that was wrong of me and I should have been more upfront and voiced my concerns and backed you because you're one of my best friends. So you've been one of the only people with good influence on my life as of lately, and I think I took that for granted. And I'm not that good with conflict, and that's not an excuse. It's just me saying that. But I realized today or yesterday, after it all went down, how wrong it was of me to be so fucking passive throughout it all, and how lonely you must have felt in the whole situation. And yeah, I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
I just don't know where I stand with the whole thing right now. That's the worst thing about it.
Yeah, but what about? Yeah, I know. But where do we stand though? Like, are you good with me, or like, are you like pissed at me? I understand you would be, but I'm here, like, pouring my heart out, saying that I'm sorry and I realized my mistake, right? And I don't expect for you to forgive me, but I just want to hear where you are with this. And
I'm I'm
also,
frustrated a
mm-hmm,
bit because this is exactly what I said would happen like when we had the chat like 4 days ago.
yeah, and we tried to
And I'm
avoid it,
also
right?
confused because from what I've seen from Dean is he's a fucking psychopath and people just seem to act like he's not. No, Dean wouldn't do that. Dean wouldn't do it. He's a fucking nutcase. He's just he's a nutcase. He fucking would do it. If he had the opportunity right now, if we knew I was here, I'd be fucking dead right now. And I know that's a fact. And people just seem to turn a blind eye in it and act like, no, Dean's great. Dean doesn't do shit. He's fucking nuts. And I don't know why people keep pretending like he's not. If I had said the wrong thing to SK on the phone 4 days ago, you would have got ocean dumped or waterboarded. Dean wanted me to admit to SK that I asked you, remember I asked you before we started flirting or anything, what was going on between you and Dean, and you told me nothing. Do you
Mm-hmm.
remember that? Dean wanted me to verbally admit that you told me nothing was going on between you and him. And if I didn't admit it, because I knew if I did, you were fucking dead at that moment. But Dean's
So
fine. He
you
wouldn't
were
do
the one
anything.
on the phone.
No, it was SK and I was beside SK.
So, who was the one stirring it then?
I don't know who's stirring any of this. This whole thing has been blown so far out of proportion.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The-
If I'm
The
completely
whole
honest
reason,
with you, I
the whole
don't get it.
reason that I'm aware of. Remember, SK jumped out of the car with you and Dean and got in the car with me and Vince.
Yes, yes, I remember
Vince said to SK when he got in the car with us, he said something along the lines of, "You should have heard Ste and NuNu all day," in something like that, or flirting all day. I can't remember the terms he exactly heard, and apparently Dean heard that, and that's where started it all.
that. So Dean got pressed that you and I were flirting.
Yes.
You know I turned him down, right?
Yeah, which is probably why he's now pressed at me, because he probably sees me as the reason why you turned him down.
But at the same time, we agreed that we would just be friends, right? So
Yeah,
there's some misunderstanding here, don't you think?
big time. But Dean doesn't exactly give opportunity to explain, because he pulled the gun within fucking 2 minutes of speaking to him. And I know I probably shouldn't have pulled back, but you know, I went there.
No,
I
you
went
were
to
frightened for your life. Yeah,
I went there knowing that he wanted to waterboard me, okay? And I got phone calls from James, from Vince, telling me, "Don't do anything irrational. Just let it happen." What the fuck do you mean, let it happen? Let him waterboard me? Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm not gonna let him fucking waterboard me, especially over some bullshit that hasn't even fucking happened.
that's it, right?
Fucking nuts.
Nothing's happened. Like, seems like there's like a problem out of nowhere, right? But
People can't keep their nose out of other people's business, and it causes fucking issues.
and you see, that's why I've been single also, right? For this long, because I know I mean, it's just I've been trying to dodge this exact thing, right? Like shit like this happening, misunderstandings and stuff like that. You know? And James going around also telling Hydra, all of Hydra, that we're dating is just also wrong, right? But that probably wasn't voiced either, right? It just kind of ends up back at you and me being the problem, kind of thing, right? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I feel guilty about yesterday, and I just wanted to apologize properly. And I hope you can forgive me. And about the whole Matt thing, I don't know. I could call him up, ask him to, meet up with us if you want. I don't think that
He
would
was
be a bad
supposed to be
idea.
speaking to me last night, and then he rang me to say they were shooting cops and he couldn't. And
Oh yeah, we went
I've
to
been around
jail.
for 5 hours and he still hasn't reached out to me. So I don't know.
Let me call
I
him.
thought my friendship with Matt went deeper than whatever the fuck this is, but I guess not. It's funny that SK and Vince were the two people to reach out to me to see if I'm okay for Mandem, but Matt didn't say shit. James didn't say shit. The people I thought I was close with didn't say shit.
Hello.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
I'm good.
Why you seem busy? You good?
Yeah. Listen, we've had some like conversations today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should speak to Patar ASAP.
Is he awake right now?
I don't think so.
Do you want to meet up with me and Steve? I'm with Steve right now. We're just chatting.
You're with Steve right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, stay with Steve for a little bit. I think Patar's meaning to speak to you just to fill you in what's gonna be going on. Okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to, be here just talk about, I think Steve's a little upset about, reaching out and stuff.
Pardon?
Hmm?
Wait, so like I have a whole car speaking. It's actually awful.
Do you want to have a chat with just me and Steve before that goes down then? Just like a little bit, like Steve. I think Steve wants to
Yeah, I'll
talk.
be down
He's,
to come speak to you.
yeah, he's really upset.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's not an easy situation anyway. Give me like 20 minutes, half an hour. We're just running arcade, and then I'll come speak to you, man. Okay.
All right.
Hope everyone's so sweet though. Hope everything's all good though.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope so.
Okay. Say less in a bit.
Easy. Bye. They're busy right now. But he said 20 minutes. Be down.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly. I get that gang takes priority over everything. It's not them backing Dean that my issue is. It's the fact that they basically told me to just accept it. There was never once did they say we won't let Dean do that or we won't let it happen. They just told me to let it happen. And that doesn't sit right with me because all of this is over Dean getting rejected by you, and it's that simple. It is. He's mad at me because you rejected him. That's the core of it. Whether there's other little things here and there, that's what started this. The fact is,
so confused.
if we never flirted, this wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't be.
Are you saying I'm the reason all this happened?
I'm saying Dean's the reason.
Do you blame me though? Be honest. You do, don't you?
Blame is a strong word.
Yeah, but so is silence. The amount of time you were silent there speaks volumes. You know what? I've come to peace with it, you know? I apologized on multiple occasions now. Now what you've been doing has been quiet. You've just been quiet. I told you I regretted everything yesterday and how it went down, but you're blaming me for what happened. And that's not right. I realized my mistakes and I owned up to it, Steve. What you're doing right now is just...
I'm silent because I don't know what to say. I don't know how I stand. With anyone, with anything. I don't know. I really don't know what caused. Even when I explained all this to Jay and Saint earlier, they couldn't understand it. It didn't make sense that all this happened from what it happened
I don't
from.
understand either. Like, I'm just as much in the dark as you are. Yeah, it all happened to you, but it's also affecting me and everyone in the game. Like, I'm not even officially, like, a hang around or anything. At least I reached out within a day and actually sat down with you and apologized, but you don't even seem to recognize that.
When did I say I didn't?
You're being quiet. The third time I've been saying it now, trying to get an answer from you. But you haven't. You just sat there quiet.
An answer for what exactly?
For what I've been telling you, for my regrets, for my apology, for my, you know, my guilt that I've been feeling. It's whatever.
And I've said I really don't know how I stand with anything. My mind is
No, it's alright.
doing 120 mile an hour. I appreciate you apologizing, but I still have to figure this shit out.
No, obviously.
I don't know if I can trust anybody, because I mean, Matt's turned his back on me. I don't know who's been stirring all this, so I can't truly trust anybody. I can't speak to them about it, because I don't know. I just thought out of everybody, Matt would have had my back. Not at the docks, but at least afterwards. But instead, he's at brunch with you 20 minutes afterwards. He didn't even text me.
You know, we were discussing this whole scenario, right?
Yeah, I assume that.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, I asked Matt to message you. I told him that I messaged you to make sure you're all right, because I don't feel like I completely abandoned you.
No, at least you reached out.
I reached out because I care, you know. And I do. From hearing you now say that Matt didn't even reach out, just yeah,
It's
I'm
just
hurt
funny
for
that
you, right? Because I know that he's.
I probably know Vince one of the least, and yet he was the most supportive. He called me, he checked up on me, he gave me advice. He multiple times. SK even reached out to me and called me. But the two people I would have considered I was closest to, being James and Matt, nothing.
But what about NuNu
Not
though?
even a
Like,
text.
I'm not talking right now to him, but what about NuNu? Like
Then
NuNu at least
Matt
reached
did text
out,
me last
right?
night after I sent him about 4 texts. He said we should
It's like he
chat, and
blames
then he
NuNu
called me
now.
back half an hour later saying they're shooting cops and he can't do it. But he's been awake for about 4 hours, and he still hasn't reached out. So I don't know.
So, can I ask you something?
Sure.
The reason why you're so cold to me right now, is there a specific reason? Is it me? Is it because of me? Or is it because what Dean said yesterday? I'm just wondering, because I didn't abandon you. And you're acting as if I did.
Because the fact is, if we go back to, at least now, if we go back to how we were, even as friends, people are going to continue to stir bullshit.
I see. So
That's
it's
how
like,
it's
it's
gonna
not
be.
you, it's me kind of situation.
No, it's not either of us. It's everyone fucking else.
So because of other people, we can't act or be friends. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying we can't be friends, but I'm trying to figure everything out right now. And that's 2 occasions in 4 days where either of us could have ended up in the ocean.
He's doing this because he cares.
And
Chan.
I'm trying to be cautious.
So, if I know you well enough, which I'm pretty sure I do, you're doing this to protect me and you.
Yeah.
And that's why you're being so cold to me, or pushing me away for my own safety. I'm finally adding the puzzles together. You're not doing this because you want to. You're doing it because you
I
care
need
so
to.
much. And because you feel the need that you need to.
I changed the locks in my house as well. Because people can't seem to understand that there's 2 bedrooms in that house.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. My immersion, bro. I understand.
I don't know. I need to speak to Batar. I thought I was going to get to speak to him, but apparently I can't speak to him until after Storm. So I hope I can catch the train because I know I can trust Batar, to be honest with me. But I don't know.
Yeah, Matt just told me also that he needs to. Pitar apparently needs to speak to both of us because they had a meeting. He said.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I guess we're in this together, right? Except we're not, you know.
I think I'm gonna have a brutally honest chat with Batar that may make or break.
Make or
If I'm
break
being
what?
honest. Me and the Mandem. Because there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me. What did Dean say to you after?
Well, you know the whole thing about you presuming that, you know, he's owning me and stuff? Because I kind of got the same feeling that that's what he was saying. I kind of vocalized it and told him that surely that's not what you meant, right? And then they all started laughing and saying, hell fucking no, of course that's not what he meant, blah blah blah. Kind of laughing it off because obviously, you know, that's silly.
It's not, though. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not. The way he's acted the past 4 or 5 days, NuNu, I'm gonna put it straight to you, and you can choose who to believe, but he has some weird obsession with you. The fact that he's tried to do what he's done, first of all, with you to try to get me to admit shit was going on, and then yesterday, because we were that all started because SK said we were arguing on the radio. He does one thing and then tells you another. And I'm being honest with you. He's a fucking nutcase. It's like a switch.
I'm hearing it.
He acts like he has your best interests in his mind, but I don't think he does. That's just from what I've seen. And I think he's pulling the wool over your eyes a little bit because you tell me he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. From what I've seen, he would.
That's because
if I answered that question over
long, you know?
If I answered that question over the phone differently, I fear what he would have done.
Really think he would have oceaned on me?
It seemed like it.
I don't see why he would do that to me. For something I haven't even done, though. It doesn't.
Why did he kidnap you and bring you to the ocean to begin with?
Yeah, why? It doesn't make any sense to me, Steve.
Because he's a fucking nutcase, NuNu. And I don't know why people act like he's not. He's got this switch in his mind and it just changes. And I'm convinced yesterday, if I didn't pull the gun when I pulled the gun, I was dead.
According to him, he wasn't trying to shoot, but...
Yeah, that's easy to say after the fact.
Yeah.
Why is he pulling a gun then? He trying to intimidate me? Wrong fucking person, for a start. Because SK told me he wanted to waterboard me, and then he rang me and asked for my ping.
But you said that the boys told you to just let it happen, right?
Yes. Whatever he's going to do to you, let it happen.
Who said that?
It was mainly James.
Who else?
Vince called me, but I can't remember what he said. I don't know if he said let it happen or not, to be honest.
Oh, but he
I think Vince told me to...
the means of it, yeah.
I think, kind of, but more... I think he more told me to, like, try and avoid him at all costs, basically. So, I don't know about you, but if I have multiple people ringing me, telling me to avoid him or just let it happen, it seems pretty fucking serious to me, NuNu. And of course he'd say afterwards he wasn't going to fucking shoot. He was going to shoot. He thought I would have took it like a bitch too. That's why he didn't do it. As soon as I pulled the gun, it caught him off guard. SK had to pull rank on him to get him to put the gun away. He had to pull rank. He had to tell him, word for word, a chain member is telling you to put your gun away. Put your fucking gun away.
I know.
He was out for blood. I know he was. If Shanks and SK didn't get in between, or if I didn't pull my gun, I was getting shot.
To
I
be
know.
fair, it felt like I was kind of in the middle and being used like as a means to get to you. Do you feel that?
Yeah,
In both occasions, right? Like,
yeah,
if you did anything wrong, he would see it like as you mistreating me.
yeah.
Which is never the case, right?
I think there's deeper issues. I don't know how or why, but there has to be.
Yeah. I just kind of feel a bit bad that I've been used like that, you know? And it means to get to someone. Just don't know. Just doesn't sit right. There has to be something deeper to it. I don't get it. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused and I'm confused.
It's either there's something deeper to it, or he is just that fucking nuts. They're the options. Because it doesn't make any sense to me for this to go to this point over what happened.
I agree. Plus, like, shouldn't like issues? I wouldn't even say this is issues, but why did that have to be like something like gang related? You know what I mean?
Also, that I don't see
Like,
why it's a gang
you
issue.
and ours relationship shouldn't have any form of like.
Dean
like,
made it a Mandem thing. That's the problem.
I just realized, you know, like that shouldn't. Our relationship shouldn't. Have been anyone else's problem, right?
Yeah.
But
I
at
agree.
the same time, I wouldn't say Dean is the only reason for
I don't see how it's become a gang issue, honestly.
But at the same time, I don't think Dean is the only reason that he made it a gang thing, right? Because he's just also been hearing things, right, on the street, and James has been going around telling Hydra that we're dating, which is also pretty fucked, right? That kind of also puts an image to us, right? I don't know. There's a bunch of things. Just messy. You can put it out of emote only, by the way. It's cool.
I don't know. I hope Patar has some sense to iron this situation out. Because I've been nothing and done nothing but be loyal to Mandem for the past 2 months. And if this is the reason why it doesn't work out, I don't know what to say.
But Steve, if this isn't if this is the reason that it doesn't work out, right? Then, you know, who are we to question that, right? And I just feel like maybe everything happens for a reason, and maybe it's like if that's the case, then maybe it's a sign that that's not the path, you know?
Everything does happen for a reason,
Everything
but also
happens
actions
for
have
a
consequences.
Yeah. 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 At the end of the day, our conscience is clean, you know? Hey, Matt.
Hello. Sort of spoke to Sparky what I should do with the whole situation. Basically, I shouldn't really speak to you or Steve until like you've been filled in what's happening, you know?
Like, is there trouble? You make it
No.
seem like I'm in
We
trouble
we've
or something.
No. It's you just need filling in on the situation, basically. You know.
Okay, so there
That's
is a
what makes sense.
situation kind of thing.
Well, yeah, there was a situation last night. You know that.
Oh yeah, like that. Okay. So you
Yeah.
guys talked about that?
Yeah, it's been talked about. Yeah, it's just one of those.
No, no worries.
It's
Yeah.
not right for me
We'll
to come
just-
speak to you until like you've been filled in. You know.
It's cool. It's cool.
That goes for Steve as well. If you're still with him, to let him know.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do.
Okay. You man are both straight though, yeah?
What do you mean?
Like you're both healthy.
Yeah, yeah. We're good.
Okay. Say less.
I appreciate it.
I'll speak to you as soon as I can. You know that.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Have a good one, NuNu.
Hey, bye. Peace. He just let me know that he shouldn't speak to us until we're filled in on the whole situation by Qatar, so he want me to let you know that too. So that includes, yeah, me too, because he said he's not really allowed to speak to any of us until this whole thing is been spoken about, so yeah.
Not sure what to think of that.
No, same. Kind of worries me a little bit. Music is so good, isn't it, chat? Music makes 10 times better. Music on point. Yeah.
Fucking knew this would happen.
It's funny, right? Because we kind of called it.
Yup. And what's even funnier is, from that discussion we had till last night, neither of us had been around
Say again?
together. Like
Say again?
I said, from that discussion we had in the car till last night, neither of us had been together
Yeah.
since that discussion, and that
Yeah.
shit still happened last night.
Did you
Yo.
put a break in my bed?
A what?
Where are you?
Somewhere. What
Did you put a
ask?
break in the bed?
No.
Okay, let me show you what I'm seeing right now. Give me a second.
Show me.
I'm gonna send this to you. Give me a second.
What do you mean a break?
I live with NuNu.
That was me. No way. No way.
Talking about little brother. He's in town. Give me a second. Let me send this. Did you do this? Where, God damn, when was the last time oh, there it is.
Bro,
Did you
no
do this?
way. Bro, what the hell?
Why would you put a brick in the bed? Why are you laughing?
No way! You're lying. Who did that?
You obviously you're the only one that has keys to my crib.
Let me call you back.
Okay.
I am face palming right now. James, why, bro? James, ain't no way, bro. Oh my god.
What?
Sorry. No. It's nothing. God, with the consumption forms. Thank you so much. Dude, it's genius, James. That is fucking genius. But yeah. I also told Dean that I'm not gonna be sleeping in his apartment anymore. I made it pretty clear to him.
Did you know you had keys to my house?
I don't know actually. I don't know if he knows. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter anymore. Regardless.
Yeah, well, I've changed the lock so you can't run with that one at least.
So you did that for my safety as well, or?
Before someone could stir that into something it's not, yeah.
Oh, rain right now would be amazing. Oh, where's the rain at? No, it looks like the clouds are also crying for us.
Yeah, it's not so sunny, innit?
It's not so sunny in it. Oh,
What a fuck.
don't miss me. I'm so sorry, Steve. It turned out like this.
People can't live simple lives in the city.
Really, you can't. You okay?
Yeah, sorry, there was just, I need to put something with this.
Sorry.
Do you have some stuff as well?
Yeah. It's like they're screaming their frustration, like screaming out their anger into the boot, you know? Should go to casino and gamble all our money.
Absolutely not.
I think it sounds like a great idea right now.
No, definitely not. I've been grinding for the past like 4 days. I'm sad, but I'm not that fucking sad. Why is there a jet?
Okay. Sorry. I tried. Sometimes that helps me.
If I won, sure, but if I lose, then oof.
Oh, this scenario. Look at this. Crisp. Oh! Crisp!
I'd just love to know if there is deeper issues. that what
too.
what the fuck are they?
Me too, Steve. This song is perfect, man. I know, Ryan. This song, man. We're almost done sash farming. Another 3 minutes. It's great. I've already been only an hour and 15. Yeah. I've been very, I don't know if y'all saw my tweet yesterday, but I've been a little scared to RP today because I don't know, I was scared of making wrong decisions. So, chat. Yeah. I'm trying, okay? Sorry if I'm not doing the best. Yeah, Russell, I know. Just want to let you know that I'm glad I met you, Steve. Past 2 months have been some of my best in the city. So thank you.
I'm glad I met you too.